Night Chat Show, and we've seen all the messages. I mean, the lady that brought her story is so grateful to you all for all the lovely comments. Before I go to my amazing guest tonight, let me read the story and then I can introduce to you my amazing guest. So, this is how the story goes. Hello, Tima. I'm a young girl in my late 30s and got married in 2016 to this guy who made me believe love was all and rejected so many for him. Fast forward, through our dating journey, pregnancy came. Then I told him I couldn't keep it because of my dad. Then we took it off. And then it came the second time. Then he said again he wouldn't allow me to take it off, so we should just continue with the marriage. All the time, I was teaching and doing a top up as well. So we got married the traditional way, and everything was going on fine until he kept showing some cheating signs. With all that, he got someone pregnant, which I gladly accepted without letting my family know about it, all because I wanted to save my marriage. A few years ago, he got transferred to another region, a bit far from us. Then everything started changing again. He made us move to stay with his family due to some reasons known to him alone. Just because I didn't want any issues, I agreed, but things went sour. The treatment they gave my kids and I was horrible. I got a teaching job, but the way things were going, I had to move to one of my family members to avoid misunderstandings, just to have my peace of mind. Because I had a little baby I was breastfeeding to at the time. The little he sends, I manage. Throughout the issues, he had some personal issues at work, and all that he said, I am his bad luck. During that time, he had another issue at work, which I helped him out with the help of my friend. Tima, still, he saw nothing better in that. Rather than raising forces with his siblings and mom, that I was a witch and not good for their son. He hardly sent us money, but God saw us through. I prayed. I cried, thinking things would change, but he went ahead to take another woman who he introduced to his people as his savior. Tima, they accepted her, and in all, he doesn't call the kids nor send them money. They got married in November last year. I just couldn't take it. The pain was too much for me to bear, but what can I do? So I let it go. My top-up cost too. Due to my pregnancy complications, I had to pause. Now I'm teaching, but in the private sector. My salary is nothing to write home about. With 2 kids alone, and he said he wouldn't send them money, so I will get some to spend on myself for a whole year now. Also, he said they will grow up to look for him. Until then, I should cater for them myself. I reported to social welfare and he bribed them, so they left the case hanging. This is the country we are living in. No money, no justice for you. He refuses to see my people, telling them on the phone that he has moved on. Tima, I need answers to what to do. If I should change the name of the kids. As it is now, he doesn't care about the kids. We're almost getting to 2 years without a father figure. They are 7 and 5 years, but we are surviving, although it's devastating. I need some advice. Oh, okay. So this is where it gets dicey. Yes, it's sad, but anyways, what can you do tonight? Tonight, to help me do this, I have Kupali. Kupali, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I have Prophet Moses Benisan. Prof, you're welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
And I have Apostle Richmond G. Baff. Welcome.
Thank you.
Men in the house tonight. I can't.
Any Kupali.
I know, right? I can't wait to open the. I'm sure today a lot of women are going to call. You know, it depends on the story that attracts the kind of callers that would call. So I'm going to have to start from Kupali tonight. And I must say from left to right.
Yeah.
I see. Obawa Hanka, you will say, oh, ladies first. Okay. So I'm going to start from Apostle Richmond. Apostle.
Yes, Tima.
I believe you've read the story,
Yes.
first of all. I mean, the lady is devastated. This evening, she sent me a message and she was like, Tima, thank you so much. I've read all the messages and it's really helping. You know, before we even start the show, the messages alone heals my victims because people share their experiences through the comment section, what they've been through and all that. It's before we sit down, sometimes they have their decision. For now, I don't know her decision yet. But Apostle, if this lady were to be your daughter, what kind of advice would you give her in this situation that she finds herself in?
All right, thank you. I think I've read the message over and over and over. I'm trying to understand the context of her
Please
dilemma.
get closer to.
Okay, the context of her dilemma.
Yeah.
And when I read whatever she sent to us, I feel it's not complete because you can't just speak to one side if issue because marriages don't collapse only on one leg. It takes two to tango. So the question that I ask myself is that what did she also do? Because when you read her story, it's like a best man becoming a beast man. A man that used to be the
But
best
does it
person.
happen? Is it
Oh
possible?
yes, I mean things do happen in life, but I feel that when it comes to marriage, I don't know if anybody can convince me that it's only one person that causes it. It takes two to always bring issue to a standstill. But when I look at the story, it's like I'm not seeing anything that she might have also done to contribute to that effect. Because you see, the moment you read it, the only thing that will come to your mind is you are seeing a wicked man with the message. And based on that, you are going to be very emotive, and emotions will override your sensibility in this aspect. And I believe that when you're dealing with issues, sometimes we have to separate our emotions from the fact. And per what I'm seeing, I'm not seeing any good thing from the man. That is what the message will communicate to you. But when you go beyond it, there might be something that the lady might have also done to warrant all these things. But she has shadowed whatever she has done and only painting to us the wickedness of the man. Good. So if she want me to advise her, I think little by little, the first question I will ask myself is that what should she do? Number two, the man has got married to another man, another woman. What did the family do?
Okay, so you could. She said
According to
when
her,
after the
family
marriage
members are
they called the guy and the guy said he has moved on.
That is where the problem comes in, because if you marry somebody, it's not just dating. Yeah. If you marry somebody,
she said the traditional way.
No, it's still marriage because
Yeah, so that's the main
law,
marriage.
our law accepts
Just that we don't
marriage.
sign anything.
Yes,
yeah.
but because our law still supports it. We have 3 types of marriage, and tradition is one of them.
Customary.
Very good. So you can't just sit on the fences and say to a woman that I am done with you without going to the family to do the proper thing. It doesn't make sense to me. Now, what I'm saying with this is that the family, the only thing that the family is doing based on the message is that the family is calling the guy to come. You are calling the guy, so you don't know where the guy stays. The guy doesn't have a family. So you haven't gone to the family to also sit down with the family to have a discussion with this. And you are calling the guy to come to you. I mean, it seems that they are, that's what I'm saying. When you're looking from just normal peripheral to this message, you may think that the man is just a wicked man. Of which, when we dive into it, you're going to see some of the wickedness of the man. But I feel the family of the lady and the family
They've not helped each other.
Yes, they have.
I even said that. So the guy's family, because when it comes to Ghanaians, our customary marriages, the woman, the family of the man will go to the lady's house to seek her hand in marriage.
Yes.
So I was today when I was talking, I was like, okay, so why the guy's family allowed him to get married again without having any consent about you? And she said,
when it comes to that, since it's traditional,
do you get what I'm
marriage,
trying to
yes,
say? Because I know because the family knows that our daughter is married to this man, and our son is also married to this woman. So if our son wants to marry another woman, I feel regardless. So when you see Kakra be worried too, they would have to ask
some questions.
Yeah, they can't
but
just
I don't
leave
think
it.
it's in the power of the family to ask the man if you want to marry again. the man must
Not
seek
to
the
marry
consent.
again. No, he has taken his consent. I want to marry. Okay, so we understand. But have you, even Muslims? I respect them so much. If they want to marry again, I learned they have to talk to their first wife.
That's
And
what
I
I'm
think
saying.
I learned they have something they do for the first wife. Say like Omo Patano. Like I want to marry a second wife. There's something they do for the first wife. So it's like it's not like the man will just get up and go and marry a second wife. They say they don't do
But
it
the man
like
can
that.
also do that. This is not
Fine,
a
but I
Muslim
mean,
marriage.
no, what I'm saying, I
Yes,
said
okay.
even Muslims, Mpono, Omono is in their book that you can marry like 4, providing you have the money. The men seek consent of their wives. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's fine.
So you that you're a Christian, what is stopping you? Why won't you seek consent
But
from
I
your
don't
wife?
think the lady said that the man is a Christian.
They are Christians.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, I spoke to her. They are
Okay, then you
Christians.
know
They
that.
are not Muslims.
Okay,
They are
that's
Christians.
fine.
Yeah.
But this marriage is not a Christian marriage. This is a traditional one. And they
Yeah,
have not
but
gone to
anyways.
court to do any ordinances. So the man, has
What's
a
the
group.
difference?
The man also
But
has
you
the
know,
right to
customary
do
marriages, they are engagement.
That's fine.
Wedding, so.
See, our marriage is the proper marriage is the customary one.
Yeah.
But you see, all that I'm trying to say is that the man has the right to marry another one. If
Really?
He so, oh yes.
What if
It's
he's a
tradition.
Christian?
You see, when it comes to
You know,
Christianity,
even
everyone
Christians,
have their own
I know
belief when it comes
Christians,
to
we
marriage.
do
There are people who
traditional.
believe in polygamy.
We do
Yes.
traditional before we do the like ordinance.
That's fine. But there are Christians
As
who believe in polygamy.
Christians.
Yes. There are
Yeah.
Christians who believe in polygamy. So
There
the
are
man
Christians.
can decide to marry another one.
But
And-
so, Apostle, do you believe in polygamy as a
You're
Christian?
taking me to different dimensions.
I'm not taking. I'm just asking.
Answer the question.
I'm just asking you. I just want to know. Do you believe in polygamy?
Anyway, it's not what I believe in. It's what the scripture says. You understand?
The
So
script,
let me
no,
take
I'm
you to
just
the
asking.
scripture.
Scripture can say something and you can believe or not to
Oh
believe.
no!
So
the
do you believe in
foundation of
polygamy?
my belief is based on the scripture. It's not my.
So what
personal
did the
belief.
scripture say?
Now,
Would you share
they-
scripture
they-
no
they-
say?
They went to Jesus one day to ask
Mm-hmm.
that can a man put away the wife on any cause? Now Jesus' statement was that in the beginning it wasn't so. So the law of first mention. Let's go to the law of first mention. God created a man and a woman.
Okay.
So since God created a man and a woman, then in Genesis chapter 4, a man decided to marry two. So marrying two didn't come from the original intent of God. Now marriage is a typology of the church. Since marriage is a typology of the church, Christ came to marry the church, and the church is one body. It's
So-
not plenty bodies.
so what-
Based on scriptures, it's one man, one woman.
Based on scripture. So
Yes.
you believe in one man, one woman.
Yes, that's my understanding.
I thought you were going to say two.
You know, I can use other inferences
In the Bible.
in the Bible
Oh.
that people also married too. I've sat on one television.
Please don't
to
say
defend
Solomon.
that.
Solomon had concubines. It didn't reach
But
him.
from the Jewish
It didn't
perspective,
take him
concubine
anywhere.
is
His
defined
end
as-
was not good.
But
But
there
you
are
know,
many people who married
all the
once and
men
their
that are
ends were
cheating,
not good.
all the men that are cheating, no, Solomon is their role model.
I don't think so.
They say, you say, oh, Solomon cry, David
don't
cry,
think
but those
so.
people, where did they end them?
I don't-
They
but-
should, when they are talking about how it happened, they should talk about how it ended. That's why
But
I want the men
also,
to read.
I also don't think that marrying 2 or 3 will determine the end of a man's life.
I have
There
not
are
said
people
that.
who
So I said
married
that those
once
people
and
that
their
say
life also
Solomon
collapsed.
and David are their role models, no. They should read the Bible to the end of Solomon and David. That's all I said. I didn't say
And I
anything.
don't think the end of Solomon was because of plenty women.
Hey, some is also parts.
Because there are many things.
It's
that
also
can make a man
parts.
fail.
You can't take it
Not-
out.
There are
You
many
c-
things.
you
Because see,
can't.
when it comes to Solomon, Solomon was a wise man and applied wisdom from human dimensions.
At a
Some
point.
of the women were for political reasons. You understand? So,
Some
some
of
of
them
them
he got married today. He didn't even sleep with them.
I don't know. Maybe he
Some
had
of
the
them were
power to
trophy
do
wives.
3 or 4 in a day. Yeah, who knows?
Anyways, so let
That's
me
fine.
just go to.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll come back to you, Prophet Benison.
Yes, there is a lot to think about when you read the story. It's very pathetic and very sad because when you read the scriptures, the Bible says that my ministry is called Family Altar, and I believe in family bond. So I take these issues very seriously. The scripture says that God places the lonely into family. So the reason for the family is to cure the problem of loneliness. Unfortunately now, like you can be in a crowded family and environment and you are still very, very lonely. Marriage itself is supposed to bring us together so that we can live an ideal life that God envisioned. God created Adam, brought Eve, and then said to Eve that you are going to help him. In fact, it was not God that called Eve the woman. No.
Who did?
It was Adam. Adam said, you shall be called a woman, for out of a man you were taken. So how did God really call Eve? He said, a helper. So a woman is built to help. Okay, a woman is built to help so that by providing a help, the man becomes successful. A man that is not successful in life and not doing well cannot be romantic. So God brings a woman to help the man become successful. This is it. If I am to push this, if I'm supposed to carry this table and it's heavy, a woman comes, he helps me, it makes it easier. So I'm pushing things to a direction, the woman comes, it makes my job easier because she's coming to help me push the thing, to lighten up the burden that I carry. So when a woman comes into the life of a man, things are supposed to get better. When things are not getting better, frustrations, moving in cycles without making progress, battered by financial challenges and trials and troubles, they can't pay school fees and can't take care of themselves, it becomes frustration. Then it means that there is something not right. The Bible says, he that finds a wife finds a good thing, obtains favor of the Lord. When you find a wife, not a woman, your life is supposed to be better. Unfortunately, when you check all the boxes in this story, the foundation for their union is wrong.
How?
Clearly, they didn't marry because they made a decision to marry. They married because the lady was pregnant. And that is called shotgun marriage.
Wow.
Let's hurry up. Let's do it quick before the stomach begins to show. And in a village situation, do you know how it plays out? The lady would tell the guy, I miss my period. The guy say, check again. But eventually what happens is that, it's either the guy will say, I'm not responsible. Or will say, okay, I'm responsible, get rid of it. Or I'm responsible, keep it. In the first situation, they got rid of it. She said the second situation, because she didn't want to repeat it again, the man said she should keep it. So on the basis of that, they moved on to get married. So there are a lot of things that they didn't check, because before you marry, there are stages. There's a stage of acquaintance. Then there is a stage where you begin to date. Dating is, I want to know you, whether we can live together as couples. And one of the key things that you look at for is compatibility at that stage. Are we compatible? Somebody can be very nice as a friend, but can never be converted.
Compatibility.
Yes.
In relationships.
Yes. How
do you know if you're compatible?
That's why you date. So dating to see that when the person is angry. For me, this is how I determine how compatible you are. When there is disagreement, you are not happy, you are angry, how do you act towards the person? Because you see, the Bible says that can two walk together except they agree. So when it gets to critical moment and you cannot use emotional intelligence to manage yourselves in order not to act to the extreme, where you can block each other, abuse each other, be very dramatic, insult one another, then there is a question mark. You are not compatible. Nobody is perfect. When you look at personality traits, we have 4 traits. We have sanguine, melancholic, choleric, and phlegmatic. All of them have their strength, and all of them have their weaknesses. So every human being has strength and weaknesses. Once you have strength and weaknesses, when we meet, we build acquaintance, we date. I want to see how you handle situations. I want to see how you communicate, how matured you are. And I see all your strength and all your weaknesses. I now have to make a decision. Can I live with this? If indeed I said I can live with it, then it takes us to the next level where we court. Courtship is we are now preparing to marry. I introduce you to my family. You introduce me to your family. We see our pastors. We plan towards our marriage. When these stages are escaped, you find a situation like we are handling today. And this is a terrible situation for society. It's unfortunate the man said that when the children grow, they will look for me. But what is forgotten is that sometimes it's not everybody that wants closure. When they begin to become successful in life, they don't even want to hear your name. That's why people begin to complain. This is my son. He's not minding me. He's doing well. He's not taking care of me. I'm hungry.
The question is, what did you do to your child?
What did you do to your child? You abandoned your child when your child needed you the most, because the psychological impact of an absentee father is huge and heavy. It's huge and heavy. Some turn out to become arm robbers because there is no father to guide and to nurture the child. So he becomes an arm robber. Some grow, they think that men are wicked because they didn't grow with a father figure. So they want to also play wickedness on everybody in society. So the man should know that he has built a situation of a broken home. And when marriage doesn't go well, God doesn't blame the woman. He blames the man. In the garden, who ate the fruit first? Was it not Eve? When God came, he didn't say, Eve, did you eat the fruit? He said, Adam, why did you eat the fruit? Because when it comes to a marital situation, the man is both the head and the leader. But as the head, he can operate as a leader or he can operate with authority. With authority is to have control. If I say A, that's all. Nobody talks. But to be a leader is to build consensus, to influence. Let us agree. This is the decisions I want to make. What do we do? When you look at the story, the lady said he asked them to go and stay with his family for reason known to him alone. So he made up his mind. He thinks simply because he is not a man enough. A man is the one that takes charge, responsibility, solves problems, and builds a credible family for people and loves his wife, makes the wife know that she's a queen. So indeed, the woman should not worry about this man at all. He is not an example of a father, an example of a husband, an example of a man, of a society. He should be ashamed of himself.
Okay. Thank you, Prophet. Let me go to Kopali. Wow.
Hi, Tima.
Interesting. Hi.
And good evening to your listeners.
Good evening.
Looking at the whole story, to me, I think the woman is the cause of her own problems.
Why?
Yeah, because to me, she looked more disrespectful.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
For the intro, how was the man addressed to us? This guy. What happened to ex-husband?
Kupali.
What happened
Hey,
to my baby
Semo.
daddy? But this guy, a man you have 2 kids with, this guy.
She's talking out of pain.
No.
Hey, Kupali.
I getting it. We ever say, Obintis can worry a town for. I getting it. I mean, this man got married to you. Things were not. You see, let me say this. When a man is bold enough to tell you, say, men shen klanama even count, meaning you are the problem. I ain't getting it. Now, watch this. You were there. Who sacked you? You move out yourself. Why did you move out? Any lady who cannot stay with the mother-in-law, there's a question mark.
Really?
Yes.
But
Unless you
there are
have
some
issue.
mother-in-laws that also are troublesome.
And also, but there is no man out there. Oh, him say, "Mami on pewasem." Oh, the back time mami fee.
Really?
Yes. So mami on pew area say, "Oh, got no idea."
You know, people do it.
Oh, it takes only wicked men to do that, if I may say so. I get in it. What the young lady need right now is Uncle Pe. So, person man if you uncle dear, Uncle Pe penibia man a ferreno, Uncle Pa manacho. Because looking at the whole story, some people say, "Oh, you're even ungrateful." Like what she said, yeah, the little money, he's saying the little money, I manage it, the little, and ain't enough or complaining to the sense of say, or social welfare, and then he believed that the man went and brought social welfare to adjourn the case. It doesn't make sense to me. What if the man went there and I jumped almost in the side of the story, and they realized they didn't need the problem? What about that one too? Why is the man so bold enough to the sense that when to make crown corner for his not phone? So meaning that there's an issue with the girl. So if she can come out and then be bold and tell us, "Nyama or nwanga so nema it's not oh yeah," at least we can help her out. But so be painting man no evil to us since the man here ABC didn't know onye there. I mean, it's going to be a whole lot of stress among nwanga because right now the man has moved on or living a life. Or some club because some can have a channel. And clan basso back at home so my so buying tea. And I believe that when the man explained this to the kids now, the kids will even believe their father more than the woman. Because yeah, that's what is happening now. Because for him, is it Ben being one more because my home by mention? No. So also on Shark and then there's a problem with the lady.
I see.
Yeah. So she should just look for someone man ferreno. No uncle Janto and uncle Pamanacho. I think that one will help her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway. Hey, so but okay. Anyway, so about Kupali. So you think taking the case to what's the name of it? Social welfare, and the man going to bribe. What do you say about it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sir. What if the man went there, and then they also heard the side of his story, and they realized the woman and then. But there's no way social welfare.
What do you think? What the woman is doing, Nenye?
I'm not sure. No. For instance, or see this guy. This is a father. This is your ex-husband. You see, but addressing to the public.
So you're staying on that.
Yeah, this guy is an insult to the guy.
Yeah.
See, but I want to add something to what Kupa is saying. See, when you read a message and you read it from the face value, you may not do justice to it. Try to go beyond the face value and go under the skin. Now, one of the things that he touched that I really wanted to touch was the fact that the lady said the man went there and bribed the people. How did she get to know that? So you are accusing people of bribe. Were you there? Do you have an evidence to support that?
You and I were not there.
You understand? So when we're making, that's what I'm saying, that when you read messages like this, the only thing that will come to your mind is that the man is a wicked man. Because we have not heard the side of the story. And false balance is abomination. So it's unfair on our part to sit here and crucify the guy without giving him the opportunity to also explain the side of the story. Number two, why would the man decide not to take care of the kids? Does the man suspect that the kids are not his? Because according to the lady, the man said, move from where you are and go and be with my parents. With the reasons known to him. What were the reasons? Didn't you go further to ask, why do you want us to move? Is it financial? Is it suspicion? Is it doubt? Do you need protection? So why am I sending you to a place where my mother resides so that my mother will have supervision over your life when I am not there? So sometimes when you read messages, don't just follow the emotive aspect of the message and jump into conclusion to condemn somebody. I'm also not saying that what the guy did is right. But I'm trying to say that let's look at the message from holistic perspective. You share the strength of the man, you hear the strength of the woman, because the lady did not place herself in on a platform that we can also judge her
actions.
Yeah. Because I'm seeing a lady that accuses. you are accusing a government
Organization.
because when you look at social welfare, I think they normally tilt towards women. And
Yes, they
kids.
don't play at all.
And you are accusing these people that they are doing bias because you think that the man has bribed them.
Drive them. How?
It doesn't make sense to me. Assuming without admitting that the man has bribed them, didn't you have a strong case to also support your stand? So I think that though the man needs to do, I'll come back to the man later. As for the man, I will come. I don't want to come to the man now. I just
Regardless,
want to
taking
let
care
me
of your
say
kids
something.
is also another blessing.
Let me say something.
What?
I said, regardless, taking care of your kids is
It's
also
a
another blessing.
blessing.
Good.
I will
Let me
not-
say-
Why is the man staying away,
Sorry,
running
I'm coming.
away?
I will not on any way say that the man should never become responsible.
No.
That's
No.
of
See,
course.
men, what defines husband is responsibility.
Yeah.
So the man is supposed to be responsible. But if the man is refusing not to take care of the kids, the question is why?
Why?
Is it financial?
No.
But if it's finances, the man will not have money to marry another person.
No.
So why is it that the man is refusing not to marry the kids? Is it because the man suspects
Apostle,
something?
You know, personally, I have seen people that have given birth, and the fact that because they are divorced with the person, they are pained because they did the wrong things, and then the person divorced them. They said, okay, then I won't take care of them. You will take care of them, and when they grow up, they will look for me. I've seen countless of them.
Those things are also real because they
Do
are
you get it?
Yes.
And it's not like they don't. You see, if somebody doesn't have money, we all understand. But they have the money, and so they will not
I
do
believe
it.
that.
You see,
And they are married. They will even get money to marry another woman, give birth, but they won't take care of their kids.
I believe because there are some men, they want the kids to become victims of their mother's misfortunes. But whatever, that's what I'm saying, that I will come to the man. I
But
will
one
address
thing
the
I
man
have
later.
learned is that these kids of today, if you're not taking care of them, they know.
Oh, as for this one, me cry there. I'm not worried
Oh,
myself. Say,
if it's not, oh, say it's that
Yeah,
it's know
yeah,
that
yeah,
sometimes they can
yeah.
bring what, but now, like right now, millennium kids, they know when their father or their mother is not being
I
responsible.
believe that.
So don't tell me that they will come and look for you.
On cry them, nonsense.
You see, let me say something. The Bible, like man of God spoke about the law of first mention. When it comes to marriage, marriage can only be successful when it is archaic. Like we are evolving. We are evolving. But what makes marriage to be successful? The key pointers will never evolve. If you say, okay, we are in the 21st century, I have my masters won't marry for you to make it successful. So there are key pointers, particularly in Genesis. The Bible said the man and the woman shall leave their parent and cleave together. There is a reason why God made it so that even if your father have extra rooms in their house, the Bible is saying that leave. So
Prophet,
So then what I mean is that-
living, or they can stay in one place, but the man and the woman have left mentally.
no, that is interpretation. But let the Bible should speak for itself. I get it. That is interpretation. But the point I want to make is that interpretation, everybody has their own interpretations to it. So the Bible said they leave and then they cleave. So what I want to say is that it is the responsibility of the man, okay, to provide residence for his family. I tell people there are 5 things you look for when you are ready to marry. Okay, the first one, the Bible says God created a man, relationship with God. Number 2, God placed him in the garden, residence. You can't say you want to marry when you don't have an address or a location. Residence. Number 3, everything in the garden belongs to the man. He can do whatever he wants. Resources. Number 4, you can touch everything except these restrictions. And then there's the 5th one. These things are key things that I believe that they define a man who is into marriage. Yes, there may be situations where financially things are not going well. So you may have to purge with my mom or my dad. But that has to be on a conversation you need to have with the woman. It shouldn't be a decision you make that this is what you are going to stay here. You have to discuss, honey, things are not going well. Because you see, women live on words. And men, when we are courting women, we give them all the sweet words. And we learned that from secondary school. The joy of the day gives me this opportunity to pen down these few words of mine. I'm writing from you from the Milky Ocean across the Coffee Island. My love for you is 99.9%, and I'm going to take care of it. I will give you the whole world. We give raps, and you give the whole world to her. Where should we be? Okay, but then it means that we speak, we talk big, we give words, we give them hope. Okay. Now, when the real situation begins to come out, then the woman realizes that it is not as I thought. It's not as glamorous as I thought. Particularly in today's world, a lot of women think that marriage is so enjoyable. Why? Because we are watching telenovelas. We are watching Nigerian film, love stories. Those things are films. They are not realities. Because in every marriage situation, yes, after the honeymoon, there is the reality stage. That stage is when you see everything about the man. If he snores, you will hear him snore. You have to, and it's too late to walk out. If he is an irresponsible man, there are men that when they get home, they remove their socks, they throw it anyhow. The towel is on the gate, the door, like everything is, the bed is virtually like the wardrobe. Everything is basa, nyama. But then at the end of the day, you are into, that's a reality stage. Some will eat, they won't bath at night. It's a reality stage. So if things are not the way you portray it to the woman, you have to have a conversation. Things are a little challenging. I've been transferred out of Accra. So please, I may not be able to pay the rent. So I want you to stay with my mom, with the children. And they said, this somebody at that stage, I don't know whether she was pregnant or she had given birth. But then everything was happening at once. She stopped her education, followed you. She's now, like she has carried your baby in the womb for 9 months.
Not an easy job.
It's not an easy job. She could have died. Women enter the labor ward. It's either she comes out, the baby may not survive, or she may not. Anything could have happened. She's gone through it so that we can have children together. I believe that the woman is disappointed. And indeed, women are very dramatic and emotional when they are dealing with issues. What man of God, and I believe my brother Kupali is talking about, is her reactions after she has gone through all the things that I believe made her disappointed. And when women at this point, when they're emotionally detached from you, they get very dramatic. So she is now handling the thing emotionally and not rationally. That's why her character comes out like that. But I believe that if things had gone on well, the man is doing well. The man says she's a bad luck because the man is not doing well. Okay, things are not falling in place. And if she feels that she's a witch, like she has come into my life and everything is getting spoiled. Why? Because the foundation is not correct.
You know, Prophet, I wanted to ask, though I'm not the one hosting, because things are going to... my question is, if things are going bad in his life, why is it that the only person the man thinks is the cause?
Yeah, is the woman. Based on her reactions.
Because she is his responsibility now. He has to provide. He has to give.
I believe, based on some signs that he has been seeing all this while from the lady. You see, when a man is that bold enough to use some words, such words like this on you, meaning your level of you might be annoying.
Because I didn't the audience notwithstanding. I think
so. Why then did he allow himself into a situation like that? You should see the signs. There are red flags, things we see before we make a decision to marry. You should see those things before you marry. But once you made a decision that this is the woman. I've seen all her weaknesses. She can act like this. She can be angry. She can be dramatic. But I still choose her. Then it's a choice you have made.
Yes.
That's my point.
I agree with you. Let me come to the man in few seconds. I feel that the man is not appreciating issues of life. You know, Bible said that by wisdom a house is built. So anything that is built in the house is not by emotions, it's not by love, it's not by feelings, it's by wisdom. And I feel that considering the story that we've read, the man has not demonstrated even a little sign of wisdom. He hasn't at all. Because if you feel that your wife...
I think I don't agree with you on this one,
that's
because we didn't hear the start of the man's story. We are only reading from what the lady is saying. So if you are saying, say, you don't see the man, we don't know what the man has been doing.
So like, as we read from this, we can also deduce something from it.
The woman is trying to paint the man to us like he's very evil. But what I'm seeing is maybe she's kind of too demanding. That's one.
What if there
because
was an iota of
she
truth
didn't
in
even
what the
appreciate
lady
it
is
or
saying?
move the normal She call it, or say, the traditional way.
It's traditional
Yes,
wedding.
I mean,
but
so
there
that-
are
that's what
three
is a
different
fact.
kinds of
It's not
marriage.
the
So
right
wait,
thing
this
to
is
do.
what I want to ask. Say, in all this, do you think the transfer of the man was part of the problems they are facing now?
You know, sometimes geographical location can really affect marriage because
Hey, no more US, no more Europe.
it's not, no matter what. My mother used to stay in America for many years before my father joined. But you see, my mother went there when they have already given birth to 4 of us.
Oh, okay.
My mother didn't go there as a young lady.
Okay.
So her understanding in life
Was different.
I would never support couples to stay apart. The possibilities of issues like this, because when you stay apart, you're going to deal with a person with suspicion and doubt.
Good.
Especially when you don't even trust them
Don't even
before they
trust
go.
the
That's
person.
even
You
worse.
understand? And you see, the lady, another thing I would say to the lady before I continue is that the lady said she saw a sign of cheating with a guy. Then the guy went to
Pregnate someone.
impregnate someone. The lady accept. That's why I'm saying that the man didn't demonstrate a certain sign of wisdom.
So,
Because
Prof, Apostle, don't you think that right from the onset, that when the man went to impregnate another person, the trust was broken, but the lady was trying to live with it like that. Say, oh, when you let me save my marriage. So already no trust, no. I say.
But what caused that? Then the man called one thing. You need to ask.
Cooper, sometimes no matter how
You
kind
men,
and good the
Cooper,
person
you know the
are,
answer. You
when the
men,
man
you're
wants to
always
cheat, you want to cheat.
adventurous.
It's not
Sometimes
because the woman
there's
has
no,
done anything
you know,
good or
sometimes
bad.
there's
But
no
you see-
problem at home,
Yes,
but
yeah.
on Beko cheat.
Yeah,
So-
so- yeah.
Why am I asking this? Look at the whole story. No, man, I'm worried. Do you know? Why a different person? So
You don't
what
know,
was pushing him
yes.
out? What was pushing the man out? All the
You're
time,
also-
yeah.
you're asking
So
good
there's
questions,
something
though.
in there. You see, and when a man is able to make decisions without consulting you, the wife, I mean, who lady know there's something.
So what if the man also is authoritarian? He's not consultative.
Uncle
he's
Becca.
not a family build. That's what I'm saying. That
Uncle Becca.
upon reading this thing, for instance, the family, your in-laws are calling you,
An
and you are
opportunist.
refusing to go and see them. Then you've taken another woman to your family, saying that this woman is
She's
your
your
savior.
savior.
What makes you think that this woman can be your savior? It means that you are not responsible over your life. Men don't need any woman to save them. They must just save themselves.
Before a man will disrespect your family as a woman,
This one, the
it's
men
based-
are talking.
It's based on what you have been doing. Why I say, or my complain to your family is not doing anything about it. So when the time is due, and then
They are calling you.
I
then
did not
I'm
you
not
guys,
coming.
Charlie. I've told you before. So why you guys
so
calling me?
Kupali, the best thing you do is that you take the girl back to her family.
Yeah.
You see, there is something that happens there. Like, if you know that at that point she's misbehaving, you take her back to the family. I'm washing my hand. Then you go and marry whoever you want to marry. I believe that is the right way. That's why man of God is talking about wisdom. A wise person, you see, you can't jump from A to D and then come back to B. So the logical thing you do is that you let her know that this relationship is draining me. I'm done. I'm out. Let's end it here. We don't advise divorce, but then when life is at stake and children are involved, and that is the best way forward.
No, so
go ahead.
for them to take the matter to social welfare, does it mean that the strength of the family became vulnerable?
I
that the
think
family could not
I
do
think the
anything
girl
about it
works
again?
alone.
Okay.
Based on her character, she works alone because if she doesn't have any family relative backing her, say, look, Obi Bukasia, let me support my daughter. And I said, meaning there's a question mark with the lady.
No, it's because
You
he
see,
loved. It's because he loved the guy.
Let me say this. Why did she move out? Who was monitoring her? Could it be that was the reason why the guy decided to move on?
And according to her
You were
story,
asked
she
to go and
moved
stay
out
with my mom. You
Because
moved.
she loved the guy and they
they
fell
were
in
treating
love.
her badly. Yeah, that's what she said.
Did she
Okay,
complain
okay.
to the guy?
Okay.
What if he did? Because
what
it's
did
a
the guy
message,
do?
so she can't write a whole book to us.
She moved based on the misunderstanding.
Yes.
I should tell you, say, there is something wrong with her.
Okay.
Yes,
I getting it because I know my mom, okay, and then I have decided to say, gonna go and stay with my mom.
You see, your relation. Listen, even when there's a problem, the best person to solve it is not even your mom.
Yeah.
Because your mom has emotional attachment
Good.
to you.
Yes.
So once you are painting the picture that she's not a good person, your mom will always side with you.
Of course.
Are you getting me? So that's why we say talk to a counselor. Unfortunately, none of them spoke to a counselor, a professional. There's a reason why there are counselors. This side of the world, we don't like to pay for professional services. So anything that
they don't even see the need.
they don't see the need. You see, you want to marry, you have not read a book on marriage, and you are just entering into it. It doesn't work
And
by
you've
faith.
not had anybody to even counsel
you.
you're entering.
Yes.
I'm telling you, Prof, there are a lot of marriages that even ended before they started because the couples don't even understand themselves as
Yes.
couples. They don't know their love languages.
That
The
is
last time I asked some
it.
couple, they said they don't know. And I'm saying, hey, you don't know your husband's love
Love
language,
language.
and you don't know your wife's love language. So how do you cope with each other?
Yeah.
Because love language, maybe you know your wife, no, her love language is you checking up on her when she's at
Yes.
work, or you buying her gifts. Your husband's love language is you know, petty talks, and you don't do that. And another woman, you don't know yourself. It's our a good answer
Started.
Some marriages don't even talk about finances, and it's killing a lot of people.
A lot of them.
They don't talk about. They avoid it. I say before they get married, they don't want to talk about it. Sex and finances, it's killing a lot of marriages.
Yeah. Particularly sex. Because
Prof, the finances and the sex is two important
Two
things.
important things.
Because obi on person you could be who nisika, on person you be who nisika, and like so they don't know what they are doing.
and that's not marriage. That is we are staying together.
And it gets to a point that sometimes it becomes a tie between them. They don't know who is paying for the school fees.
Yeah.
They don't know who is paying for the bills. I feel not a problem. You uji salary. I don't know person in Kwame you said. Then it becomes. But I feel like before marriage, you guys should sit down and do the
have
hard
that.
talk. It's
That
called the
is
hard
it.
talk.
Hard
Talk
talk.
about your finances, babe. What is your salary? What is your salary? I'm not saying give it to me, but maybe 1 cedi.
Yes.
Maybe 2 cedi. Okay, until at the end of the month, then I able to me as a woman. Okay, me to me am 50 pesos. Now also the audience so this is what I can do. Okay, babe, me feel say more than me until 50 no, yeah, 70. They don't talk about it at all.
At all.
And I'm telling you, it's killing so many marriages. So
Yes.
many. And because of money.
Yes.
Because of sex, they don't talk about sex.
they don't talk
Or
about
ferry,
sex.
and it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
So I think we should.
I know a
really
situation.
hammer this.
The honeymoon, the lady was waiting for the guy. Honeymoon, they've gone. The lady was in the hotel room. The guy was not coming. Around 1 a.m., she went. The guy was by the pool, swimming pool. Kalabalabadaya, kayabarabaya. Say, what are you doing? Say, I'm interceding for us. Say, tonight.
The guy,
Yeah.
seriously, at
He's a
this
prayer
critical point.
A prayer warrior.
Oh no, not during your honeymoon, really. I mean, you can pray small, but really.
Maybe you're a prayer warrior.
Oh no, prayer.
They do that.
Kupali,
Every
prayer
time.
warrior,
Yes.
honeymoon. Your honeymoon, you are
You
going
won't
to
believe
do
me.
prayer. Oh.
They do that. So for boy.
At least you
Warriors.
guys can pray like some 30
Saying they have to
minutes
pray.
before you go and have fun. But you are bonfire, sir. Your banana, mewa to pull him beer.
But what Kupali is saying, I understand, because you see, men, when God created a man, he gave him an ego. And then he made him know that you are in charge of everything. So the need of a man is a respect. You can give the man the most sweetest delicacy in the world. Do it whatever you do, garnish it any way you want. Without respect, he will not eat it. You can give him all the sex in the world, the styles you can. You want to be wild styles, but without respect, because we need respect with all the other things. So how do you talk to your man? Even if the man has done something wrong, you don't address it in the public. You can't just speak to your husband in the public anyhow.
No, that's not good. Vice versa.
Yes, vice
you can't
versa.
speak to your wife too in public anyhow.
Anyhow.
Oh, it's true. I mean,
This guy.
vice
I mean,
versa. Yeah.
And you can't talk about your husband anyhow to your
Anyhow.
family. It's
Oh,
all, yes.
I mean, it's
it's
for
vice
both ways.
versa.
Because
Yes.
what you know, that's
Yes.
Father, why are you laughing? It's not like that. You guys are men. I have to defend them.
Tima's emphasis is all.
Vice versa. Because if you go and talk about your wife, wire bonnie, or your husband, imagine your husband hating you, you speed, you go and tell your mom that this, and you are trying to make your mom hate your husband.
That is
And
it.
remember that you are still married to that man.
Yes.
And ebi wire bonnie, after 2 days later, you would not even understand why your mother is hating, but you forgot that and your mother is in her head. So I feel like if couples are together, they should try and solve it.
That is
And
it.
they should take it to their counselor.
Yes.
Or sofu bi a omo fere no. At least omo de enye ne papa na enye ne mama.
mame.
Or sofu no would understand and then talk to the person. But I'm telling you, a lot of marriages no is on the rocks because of this situation.
It's true.
Or bana ko kache ni mami say na mi kunu ye say, and na mi kunu ye say, be man so kache na mi ri ye say. Inti mami has the mentality that
And then they'll give him a
oh ha me
nickname.
ba yes ha me ba no I say oh tete me ba no unko na ye be ma we so unko na you don't do that.
Yeah.
It's at the end of the day you can't go back to correct it because it is their impression about your spouse and you gave them that impression. So I feel like you should family gathering now, please pretend that everything is fine.
Yeah.
Just to save your own marriage and your own face. Maybe your auntie or your cousin, what they are going through, you have no idea. They won't come and tell you. True. And so when at the end of the day you be the ridicule of the family, everybody will say, hey, we are wearing the crowd, you don't know how human beings are.
Yeah.
And imagine your partner hears of it. What would they feel? How would they feel about it? They always feel betrayed.
Yeah.
And they will not even trust you. A lot of marriages are breaking because of this situation.
All right. So,
Let me open the phone lines.
okay. I think we haven't really professed solution to the lady as to what.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll open the phone lines. So the numbers are 030-221-6568, 030-221-6567. Please, when you call, make it snappy. I know today a lot of women are going to call. Yes, I need them to predict it. 030-221-6568, 030-221-6567. Yes, whilst I'm picking the phone lines, I want to know what you think the lady should do.
I think the first one is the family.
What should she do?
Both families. So now the woman has become a victim. What we have read, the family of the woman should first extend an olive tree to the family.
Please, hello. Hi, good evening. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Hello, good evening. My name is
Kwame, please. I think. Can you speak up?
All right. Is it okay now?
Your network. Okay, you talk. I'm listening.
Okay, so this issue is very dicey. You see, as your finally said in the studio, the story on the face value, you may think that the man is a wicked man. But if the woman or the lady can confide with you to tell you if she has done something within your marriage or within the process before this has occurred, okay? Because if she hasn't done anything wrong, I don't think the man will just wake up and do all these things. I will use myself as an example. I grew up from broken home, and our dad refused to take off us because of the anger what my mother did. That's the story that I grew up to know, okay? And so if this man is saying that he's not going to take care of the kids because if any person that takes this out, the lady will get some to eat or benefit from it. It's a very big statement. Now I think the lady did something that hurt the man so bad. So I am thinking.
So sorry, it seems the lines were really bad. Kindly stand well and call us. We could hardly hear you. I mean, we heard you a little, but we could hardly hear you. 030-221-6568, 030-221-6567. Please, when you call, make it snappy. And also lower your radio sets for us before you pick the line. And talk to us through the phone, not through the radio. Or maybe Instagram or Facebook. Yes. Okay. So, Prof, Apostle, you're saying something?
Yes. I don't know if both families have sat down to really find solution to this crisis, and it has yielded nothing. If not, I feel the lady's family should go to the man's house, because I don't think that the man will marry the woman again.
No.
Since he has remarried. So if he's not going to marry the man, the lady, then the man should compensate the woman. Because
Ghanaian men, they don't do those things.
you must compensate the woman. Now, yet proper separation, because if you want to divorce, traditionally there is a way we do things. You can't just make the lady hanging like that because you have gone to marry another person. So if indeed you don't want to be with the woman again, I don't know if, because let me also pause and make this point. I don't know if the family of the man have gone to the family of the woman to break the marriage. I don't know.
Yeah, you mentioned it.
No, so they haven't.
They haven't, huh?
That's why the lady said they kept. So her family members kept calling
No, as for that, I don't
his
even want to
family
hear
members
that.
because the lady went to complain that the guy was getting married. So they wanted to know, say, oh, if you're getting married, we are not against it. Are you still continuing the marriage with our
No, you see,
our
that's
daughter?
where the problem is, because
Or
according
move
to
break
the
here
message,
now.
we'll say they were calling the guy, and the guy was refusing to come, telling them that I'm
Yeah,
He
not-
has moved on. That's what I'm
so
saying.
then they should go to the house of the guy. The guy has a family who came to their house to take the lady from their hands.
You see,
Who came there?
Don't you think? What I believe is this. You see, when a man said things like this, meaning the family, my can't so much mobano or ABCD, ABCD, Mointi, Mufrem, Makacha, never cool. Meaning in
Enti
Hobby.
that man cried the coupe, mum fre bearman.
Oh, man, yeah, there.
So you should, because the man didn't come to the house literally alone to take your daughter from your hand. The man came there with the family, representing the guy, the lady, the guy, and they paid the bride price. So if you want to separate, you must go to the house of the gentleman, inquire from their family, are you still marrying our daughter, or you are not interested in her again? If you are not interested in her again, let's do the proper traditional way to free the lady to also marry another person.
Members of us, say, oh, too quaint. Now, oh, my, you got no mammy ho. Now we read F250 honum. I brought Bian Pamona, Yatim the Demo Mammy.
Let me mention the phone numbers again. 030-221-6568, 030-221-6567. This is the Late Night Chat Show, and I'm here with my amazing panel tonight. We're having a nice conversation on the issue that came earlier on today. So please, when you call, make it snappy, and it's under 60 seconds, which is 1 minute. 030-221-6568, 030-221-6567. Please continue.
Coupe me fun because me a bear many be meaning say ye ma me no.
Okay, sorry. Hello.
Hello, Tima.
Hi, dear. Your name and where you're calling from, please?
Good evening.
Good evening, sweetie.
Okay. So I was the one who sent the message. So I wanted to call.
Oh, okay. Oh, we even wanted to call you, and you have called. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How are you?
I'm fine. I've been listening, and I can see that the men are trying to back the man. I don't have any problem with that. First of all, I've not done anything wrong. I've not cheated. I've not insulted him. All he's basing on is I can't financially stand on my feet when something happens. First of all, he was working with the immigration and with passports, and most of them, because they want money like that, they do those kind of heavy ones. So he got into a problem. Well, like he took money and he couldn't do it for them. That was the problem I was talking about. So when they call and be like, I don't know how they get my number. Say, well, my friend now, who will I talk to? Then I then go to the mother. Ma, men can't show Banu. Saying will be after me. Into young then the mother will just call the son because they can speak Gan. I cannot speak Gan. Then he will call me and said, don't call my mother. My mother has DP. And I said, who will I talk to? Where will I get the money from? People are saying they'll do this to you, they'll do that to you. These are the problems. It's not that I have a bad character. No. They were treating me so bad. There are times the mother won't even allow my kids to watch TV, common TV.
Wow.
In her house. She'll lock the remote in her room, then she'll be in her store. She'll come back at 10 p.m. before she will put it on. That is when UTV used to be showing some telenovelas late. That's when she will come and watch TV. By then, the kids are sleeping. They do things. But if I hadn't left that house, I would have been a dead person.
But what was your relationship with your mother-in-law? Were you helpful? I mean, as a woman.
I was helpful. I cook. Her reason was, if my husband sends money, minko dija, I mean fambe fee, me diene san, now I'm back. Accra, 4 million. Nyama bene beto akola she pampers, uto breakfast nyama fima, ahine beka. Ni mami ofio, ni sister ofio, ni bra ofio, ni tese nkofo ofio. A move back 5 kilo or 4 million munanyama. What are we buying?
So when you were getting 400 cedis every month?
For like he sometimes he sends 400, sometimes 500. And no one I made talk because me go do a car. I think I me pay juma. Juma na in Shedan chance and no abia na editia paying any school fees.
Oh, I see. So and what was the feeding fee and everything?
Me na.
Snack.
So sometimes weekends now me cousin do Dakuma no was friend me say, Membra, it's a Maya Basa. Into weekends me could do one ho. Namaba.
But before the man left, did you guys sit down and spoke about how much will be enough for the kids?
No,
like monthly?
We didn't talk about anything.
First, you said you guys didn't talk about the finances?
We didn't talk about finances. Because when we were back in where we were, any money he gives me, I just manage. I buy certain things and put home. I buy the things in bulk because where we were, the town, things were a bit cheaper than Accra. So when he moved to his station, he said we were coming there. So he packed half of our things with him. Then I had a wedding back in another town. So I had to go with the kids because those people were there for us. So he said, okay, let me just go and represent the family. He will come and pack the things. When I come back, then I just bring a bag with the kids to that station.
So what happened?
So when we came back from the wedding, the little baby that was almost 9 months fell sick. We were admitted in the hospital. So through that, he said that where he is, he has realized that it is only one hospital and it's only one doctor that is operating the whole place. So even if we had come and the boy was sick, it would be worrisome. So we should just go to the mother. And before he would leave, we were robbed. I think armed robber came on us. So he was like, he doesn't want us to be there in that house alone because the landlady was not even happy that we are even leaving. So she wasn't having any problem that we are even staying there. But his problem was because of the armed robbers. When we were shouting, nobody came. That was the reason why he said we shouldn't stay there alone. We should go to his mother.
So when you went to the mother's place, everything that was going on, did you tell him?
when I tell before I even take a phone and tell him, he has already been told. Then if he calls me, he doesn't want to listen to my side of the story.
Wow.
Because his problem is his mother was like the only person who took care of them. The father was absent, just like what he's doing. The mother didn't do anything to the father. The father was like, "Missy can't share and share those things." So almost buy and so I don't know if that is what he is also doing. So I send him mommy oka no mujina. Because on mother worry me that time na odi chair ne papa na ne mommy ni Ghana. And na one ne papa ne ba me papa ho. But before I be worry no. And na ne papa e free mu. O yari ento free mu. Nkofo odi ba ye nyina no me nim baby omuti. Me ni omu number. Neither me family can nim baby omuti. Our for oko worry. Yes. Our for oko worry. Meaning so mu waka, but I don't know their contact. I don't know where they stay. Our for oko worry. Videos are me share. Nkofo no mu ba me die. O man ba ni die. Even nkofo na down for phone na o mu ba ye die. No mu no mu call you.
So wait. So during your marriage,
yeah,
his mom was there.
His mom was outside. So
So fine, some obijinemu mano.
Yeah.
But his sisters or brothers were not there.
They were all there.
And they all knew you guys were in a relationship, or you guys whatever.
They knew because so I always visit them in a car.
So the new marriage, they were there.
They were all there. I saw the mother because the day I saw the flyer, somebody sent the flyer to me. I called the mom. The mom told me that who told you my son is getting married whilst I'm here? It's not true. But I saw her dancing, embracing the lady in a video.
So they had a wedding.
Gift. They had it.
They had a wedding.
Yes, in a car.
And yours was traditional.
Yes.
So your people, have your family, have they gone to? You've told them whatever has happened, right?
I told my dad.
So have they made any steps to go and look for your ex? Now he's your ex or still current? Your current ex.
My father, I felt like ya pity different ekromo. In this year, ni na yesikasem ebia sika ni me side. The papa beka so to kwamba Accra. But on no man is actually metria sign say bia or bribe we mo. E do suna me ko e krona meeting. Besa me bo because ebia me bo na obi akọ nim say me.
I get it.
Yeah, do suna me ko e. Inti papa ne say, Estan say omo nyina wo one way. Esa omo nyina mo your officers inti no. Or the phone be friend first answer. Or friend no catch me say, why you busy? On to me mba e krona me also. No wabe can be bia training inti. Onya time or beba. Inti papa ne catch me nko. No abe handle. Or some frey. Or friend no. Or name or say okay, so say I don't name or didn't.
Oh my word. Anno, please can you call her back for us? I have her number. Get me a pen, let me write it for you. Then you can call her. I beg you. We need Simo. I'm sure her don't worry. She called, so I think I have to give her number to Arnold.
Looking at the way he addressed the man.
I'm happy we've been able to talk to her.
Yeah.
He said something. The man made them do what? Move to the mom's house without any reason. But now she's explained the reason to us. This is the main reason. So what are you hiding? On issue, a painting man to us evil, but now you are defending the man now. So the reason why
she was not defending, she was telling you what happened.
No, but she's explaining. The message that she said that the man asked them to move to the mother's house.
Reasons only known to himself.
But now when she called, the reason has been explained to us.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, she's
sorry,
back.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Oh, I was even making my producer call you. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right.
So, offer ne mami wo mani. Ena ne mami ka kire ne say, ne dwuma sem nti na say omo de na ko off we jume mu kakra nti oni sika o de be hwe nkola no nti papa ni bisan so oni sika na osan kwakọ wari ana. I don't know what really, because no they need to speaker later on we you need speaker nti me ni ma asema ma me na ka che papa no nti later on me san call no o ka che me say sisi a yes ekuru na me won so no mo to me because me nim na address nti me nko akra na me nko ye this kind of but before that me call me juma head office omo di asem no omo so omo friend no ono so kind of side of story. They called me later on say waba but ohwe nkola na I'm see David nti she fin no. That was the end. Inti those to papa no me friend bi abioma on famiko. That is the reason why me hear statement and say e bia wa bribe you mo nti papa no famiko obi. Because me to me nim akra he found a me because me nim baby for but I know where the mother is staying.
Okay, so what really broke the ice for you to finally left the mom's house?
Okay. I'ma say akra na nsuo omutu pipe mu on and off. So one night they all went out, leaving me and the kids. Nti oba back no. Now about to say 11 getting to 12. Ade betting Monday na makọ ejuma. Nso ba o say nsuo no eba na me so ma ene ma mimbu bi na ade tia na masambu the rest because I'm say menikum. O say there be fa host ni shame. Mi amehwe. Nti me ko die. Ye nyina ya da no so ada ama nso no ebu afa so. Afla di dem ho nyina.
Oh.
Yes. Into them I made me cry and me phone ni Bible in now on so anymore. So I wanted to get out and I mean who say Bible no was sure. Now make a friend say ma in no now me start to say me wiping shoe from 3 a.m. Me by obia ni ho me ne nko a and I'm so ma o sisi nti de kwatena se meye baby a medru bia no Ubaba ni fi baby o koba no no so atu aso me boni ano no because me ko ejuma no ti yafufa akra wan kon tema e yasem.
So you wiped it from 3 a.m. to
3 a.m. I could do 5 no and na me jaya na me hwe nkola no penyin ni be ko school and na me ye ketewa no ho ejuma na me so me ye me de na me call ye around because they say we do school before 7.
So you didn't finish?
I didn't finish. So I called the daughter that this is what happened. So this is where I've stopped. So please, if you can, I'll come and help. That is the only thing. I want a tiny buy. They don't.
And you leave your child with them when you are going to work?
Because of the cry. So me didn't say mechi extra there. Nti penyin na opon a na bia wa ma obi akofa na betina ne nchen was stop. Nti because of this nti me na aduane one time it was rice we dey command we adwuma mu o say ondi ana odi ko share fridge nti me ba ne fi school ba area na wa tibi na we hiti o microwave mu na odi amano.
So, did they make you know what you did was wrong or something? Did they approach you?
None of them approach. When I greet, they don't respond. The woman will respond, but the two daughters don't respond. I'm not feeling uncomfortable. Just like long vaccine, and I'm saying no. I think I was going to one church. And the pastor was like, if this is what will make you feel okay, just do it. Just tell them you are going for a vacation and, then that is it.
Oh, so you moved out to where?
I came down to where I am right now. There was one auntie of mine, so I came to tell her that. And she said she's not going to listen to my story and make me stay with her. So she called. Rudely, the mother told my auntie that mebani ya no onkasa ubano waba onchendi say on one decision na. And my auntie kept calling my husband or peki corner no wakati call ni one so. Into me auntie bufu ye. Say ya fro ya no kasa then na mebana ye o de catch me because we no wabeka. Ono so say bufu ni ma no. Like oka asem kakrebia no wakati.
So when you were leaving your mother-in-law's place, did you discuss with your husband?
Actually, I told him that I was going for vacation with the kids because because initially say ba ne mami wa nkola ne makwanya oba be fine. And also it was a dead promise. Vacation be aveva no. Omu kun wo asem isi wa ha nti ye ntumi ba ewia no anu odin dodo odi nkola ne ba e na say na me wo meti akra sa momo like that.
Okay.
Doesn't calm down.
So you didn't discuss with him that
I didn't discuss like I'm going off cry.
You should have.
Okay, maybe that was where I was wrong because sometimes when you
I
say,
think that was where
you
didn't.
sometimes
I
you take some
understand
decisions.
you.
Yeah.
But I feel like sometimes you are always right. Oh, small thing that you do. Oni pakono, or best you share something to stand on. The fact that you left without even discussing with him, no, the mother-in-law, no, they are even looking for you. That that's all they want. They will say she doesn't respect.
COVID by COVID name so it wasn't that easy. But we survive. Sometimes be as a me wife here do any fridge more say would you wanna na phone no na or the abreme.
Relax.
That's
Sweetie. I mean, the way the kono the mom the can you bebo home by so when all I'm saying, I'm happy that when we said your little mistake was not regardless. Oh, their mother-in-law, they say they may find themselves offering into to me as a man may call. But I felt like you should have discussed with your husband. So, babe, me patronia me a no. The incident, this and this and this will happen to me per se. Me movie na me call back to. Ebi ananko wakacho say okay. Who movie the na me member fa wonko. But ono no pena de aye no ka say okọ beka say oba me no te no. Oh kokra wa ankra me. He was looking for a reason to leave, and you gave him that reason.
But after the COVID, everything was like, because I was praying and the whole thing, and say, so we were on track. I just thought it's like, say, marital issues, you can see into we are here. So he came to where I am 2 times. But as I said, you hear me auntie, want to me uncle me auntie. But maintain in all that no or dating another lady. I found that when the lady started posting his picture and my daughter's picture on Facebook, maybe no or catch me say so I own lady. Na me need to go say me worry no until I find it serious. So don't take it to heart. If you think about it, how because how can I marry you and go and marry another person? That was his statement to me. So that thing gave me some assurance. Say, yeah, fine, me waha, but me won't me. Ni mami po ebe friend me say, oh, me waha na ufu so be kwa worry obi. Lady me kwa ni hu nye fe. That lady no oh mami ni friend me ka na se me che me nyina no. Why am money na agent so na wakofa second one.
Oh my word. Oh my word. Today's show is just it's a whole lot. I know. Let me give you the number. We call her for her to speak for like 5 minutes and then we wrap up. I'm sending you the number right away. I think her network too is playing a part. I'm so sad. I'm happy that at least I think I should be letting my.
I think I should.
This girl is very bold. No, you see, my problem is anytime people bring their issues, no, I am no more ferry.
I have
And
a lot
correct.
of questions.
Sometimes they don't want people to hear their
Their
voices,
voice,
so I
yeah,
don't
I
blame them if they want to remain anonymous. But I think if the phone calls comes in, it gives a clearer version of the whole story.
Yeah.
You guys had a lot of questions. I think she's
Yes,
answered
two
us.
things were things I would have asked. Number one, now when she wrote to us, she said that the mother-in-law treated her badly,
Good.
and the kids.
Good.
She has cited only two examples. Number one, television. How can you tell me that television is bad treatment?
No, for
How do you
kids.
leave? No.
For
I think
kids, Daddy,
see,
for
sometimes
kids.
you have to be able to tell truth
Thank
to
you.
somebody. What if the mother didn't have television?
Good.
Why must you allow television as a form of maltreatment? Why? Number two, you both of you overslept. You had run over of water. You left the house. When you were leaving for work, did you sit with your mother-in-law to have discussions that, Mama, you know what, because of what I'm doing, I want to leave early. So when my sister-in-law comes, she continues. Or you left without even talking to her.
No, I was going to ask.
Number two.
I was going to
three,
ask her that. Oh, maybe when the water overflew, did she? I mean, tell the mother, "Oh, mommy, I'm sorry. Oh, I say you die. You fetch me on. How was the conversation?
Very good. It's very
We have
important.
to know.
Also,
Because
one word
is she back? She's back. Sorry.
Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sweetie.
Hello.
Yes, dear. Thanks for coming back. So I wanted to know when the water issue came. Can you hear me? Kindly lower your radio set for me because I can hear myself. from
Yeah, I
behind.
can hear you.
Okay. Kindly lower your radio set for me, please. I beg you. Have you done it?
Okay, hello.
Yes. Can you hear me, please? Hello.
Yes, please, I can hear you.
Yes. I said, can you lower your radio set for me?
I've lowered it, car.
Oh, okay. So, when the water issue came, what happened? Did you talk to your mother-in-law? Did you apologize or something? What happened? I just want to know the conversation you guys had around, I mean, that morning when you woke up and then you saw the water and all that. What happened?
Okay, when I woke up, I started fetching the water off because I babyled. Inti say no not me can because I know my friend no. Not me can no say oh. In so no abadem ho na me say ai abadem ho ina.
That's all you said?
Or started say no so sisa nyamani bi but she has a problem with her waist. So me say oh I'm continue na me amene. Inti my shoes you na akase ye be yi nyamani nyina epiem aka me no pe. Ena ejuma na me ye no so na me ye new inti no say me frɛ ebisa permission say me ba later on because I wasn't mean child
Okay, sweetie. So, okay, it's a private school, but I feel like every company have human
chance.
No, wait.
There's no way.
Wait. Let me talk. I'm coming. What I'm saying is there's always evidence. See, sometimes human relations. It is to say, oh, but and I'll bore former and also back a day. Do you understand? Everything happens. That's why there are emergencies. It's say no you stand in the water, you take a picture. The last time I had a problem in my house, me sing epaye, me try a picture, my boss said, ma, stay home. This one there is an emergency. Stay home. My boss gave me off that day. I didn't come to work. Me tnefie, and I make sure because me to me in Jans, you know, the carpet a hobe bon. So I had to do the following day. He even called me to check, say, is everything okay? When I came to work, he said, oh yeah, there waha. I said, stay home. You see, sometimes me put on me stroll. But I still called him. It's I feel that sometimes how you relate to human being. You stand in the water, you take a picture. When who say obi no be kwako sisan you have a good need them say oh try evidence. Will you do that? You won't do that. And first of all, we try evidence of the thing. Now I send it to headmaster or the owner of the school. Then you stand in it and you take. Then you send it to them. Say unfortunately you woke up to this. So please, they should ever shock you. Say, tinefie na dry you are there before you come because they are human beings just like you. So I think that your mother-in-law was pained with what you did, Because me you understand? If I'm with somebody and then you say because of work, oh juma, they will be like, ah, now juma no omu ni human relations and you know, sometimes we have to be biased and we have to be reasonable about things. What he has here says. So just think about it. I feel like the way you left was the whole problem for them because it felt like fine, it's a new job, but they are humans. Until you could have phone. Let's send my headmistress. No, this is the reason why I didn't come to work. Until Kaobane Yare some moments near Sikoda hospital, what would they have said? They can't say anything. That's why they have human relations in every company. You HR, internet HR, because that is why it's called accidents and emergencies. It doesn't. You don't plan it. It just happens. Do you understand me? So sometimes,
Yes,
no, it's how we behave, but we don't know. Right now, you didn't think about it well. You don't know before you realize now. It's become a lot of problems. One can say I should show that, and I was Do you get where I'm coming from? Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to tell, like, that's the reality. I am not biased or anything. I like you so much, and I side with you. But what I'm saying is, sitting down and then pondering over things, I felt like that moment you should have acted fast. Take a picture, send to the school. This is what happened. So please, today can I get 3 days off because I live with my mother-in-law and we have to help. We are the only people. Memba no kwendo mu nko school. And to say it's nefi ni esesa nsuo no. When him say to me nja nsuo, asem me nyama. What can they do? To nya wo hwe, would they have killed you? No. Do you get it? No, says because that's not enough reason. Like the reason was not tangible for them. They felt like you were dodging house chores. What you say? Omo feel so wo dodge efie ejuma. That's why you were using the school as an excuse. And that was not enough reason. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Not like you personally will top up now your exams. And no matter alone to me in Kasa. Because school exams, even to me, go can't change school exams, said they should wait for you. Everybody knows it's an emergency. That we will all agree here. So on cultural exams, no. And no better access to cultural exams, never. But this is your working. They understand.
Okay. For that one there, ebi amba margin obi a mesoso me brain as na minya ejuma so no ebi maybe that is why it went there. But with this issue, I'm say enoka ya brushing it off. It came before COVID. Ama ya settle bibia. You see, ya settle bibia and after COVID, ya start to say you're moving on with our lives. And I may realize say there is a lady, and it is known to the family. And look, I know this is upon a wire status because or sevi or banidin class or bemanidin. And no, na or no old channel or the babeto also this anti pano. One realize say we tradino. So that was where I started to say Miami investigation.
So what do you think pushed your husband away from you?
Actually, Sika.
Wow, like how?
Because only there is a mini Sika. I say this year, medebe buano. Because onono ose nanka by now okitanika. Anka by now. Well, lay foundation.
Okay, wait. First of all, your husband him salary awoje?
Onim.
Onim what catcher no?
Makatra no.
Unya salary, what do you do?
I use that salary to buy things for the house.
So
I don't use it for myself.
Do you give him some?
I thought I tell him they have been paid, so I'll pass by the market and buy those things that we need in bulk. It's a seminar in bulk, rice, those things. Some they are special.
Out of your salary?
Out of my salary.
And still, he said you are not being helpful.
I am not helpful. She can do baby. Into say see no way necessary. Me fan say.
So what I want to understand is he left you because say sika na enough.
Or see mini sika.
Or see wunni sika.
Mini sika. And na
obana wa worry need your owo sika.
Mepa trying. Or no, or a government worker, and she can or no. Also, they say nurses. When you write an exam, you go abroad and you bring your husband. So that is how I'm seeing it, because the Ojano, they are all paragading or Facebook. I'm who ye maybe sana or dada me no ye ne. Or no crano, or no any bitter experience with him.
How did you know?
A friend, my friend be, and no girl no go shoot today. And a friend, no so no see a madam for. No see lady no or advising you say, madam for you or you or catch. Ọba no kama ni na akasa pen. Ọka kire me say ọbema na aka kire ni say oni meja. Wa say wa ba me ha, me fie ha. Abetena me nchen for 4 days. But wa catch ọba for say oni meja. Wa say oni meja. Inni mu hu hwe.
I see. Wow, because you don't have money.
Yes. And I will just girl.
So did you guys talk about your finances before you decided to settle down?
That is the question. We didn't. I was listening to it. We didn't talk about any finances. Young ones, yeah, but the idea in himself.
But okay. Whilst you were dating him, no na obuano kakwa.
Me patronyo.
Oh, you used to help him.
I used to, because sometimes on no poka chira me say on person me ejuma. Intine fina me hwe nkola.
Nti afi de ba ne saying na wasesa na no.
I don't know. Because baby and ye were first and son ye transfer no on person me ejuma. But also we cost area, I saw your service. So I was even pregnant and I had to do my service. So that
so the marriage, who brought the marriage idea?
The marriage and kasa yemi no near the buy na ye boa yo ho. I say ye to nyama 1182 for our own like way of marriage. I be like sena on no dreams that this is how I want the marriage. He is married to be. And he had to turn nyama 1182 before pregnancy me buy. So buy and also this one there. So we have bought half of our things down. So let's just do it.
I see.
Yeah.
So he paid your bride price and everything?
Yes.
Wow. So when you guys got married, he was working still?
He was working. So it got to, I think when he was transferred, when I said I saw that, like, a young girl came to his service and they were dating. One time, he overslept. Not knowing he was chatting that girl that he brought home, that me school daughter, those kind of things. Me work daughter. I was also happy, say, when you'll be, not knowing they were dating. And so, Johnny phone wada, phone no one the chest, so na me fa, na makatan so, koda. Not knowing the girl sent a message. And when I read it, it wasn't good. I am feeling lonely, come to me and blah, blah, blah. That was what the thing started from.
Wow.
Yes.
Interesting.
When you know, my friend, me papa, my friend, my sister, we call my sister because barman, or no call your advances towards my sister.
So did you know your husband or Pemba? Did you know?
I didn't know that for him, sir. Or I know he's into ladies, but
no. So you knew?
No, not like that, because me got to nane chain. No, ma me better nane chain. No, me who be biasa.
Okay, all right. So
don't
worry, we'll continue after the show. So what have you decided now? What do you want to do?
Actually, I'm moving on with my life, but my problem is, he's not taking any BBR. He's not doing anything.
My love, don't. You see, we'll talk. I feel. Don't worry, okay. Edino, I mean, it's like their blood. To me, papa ne blood in free or veins more entungu. You get it. So leave them. This generation, they know when their father or their mother is involved or not involved in their life. Just move on with your life. If you keep that in your mind, that I best settle back from taking care of the kids. Shenkolano, how God will help you, you'll be surprised. I've been in your situation before. How God will help you. You don't know where the help will come, but open your heart and then do work diligently and take care of your kids with so much love. Don't use the wrath of your ex-husband on your kids. No, it doesn't work like that. Show them love and forget about him. If he doesn't want to take care of the kids, that is his problem. Leave it. Do you understand? And don't go fighting him or whatever. Jano.
Oh, no.
He has already told you, say he doesn't want to take care of the kids. No, ni ankola nbe show mo. Ye nyina wo wi ase. Nyankopon ma ye nyi nche se de be ya. Onyi a ye be hwe so mbekwa kohwehwe na. Ana so mo nkohwehwe na. Don't worry. It is fine. Do you understand?
Yes, please.
So it is well. Thank you so much for sharing your life with us, and I pray that God will give you all the strength you need in this world.
Thank you.
To
Thank you
face
so
it.
much.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you so
darling. You're welcome. We'll talk after the show.
Okay.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so today, our victim took over the phone lines, and I think it was worth it.
Yeah.
At least we know the ins and outs of the story. This show is going to take another trend.
I want to add something little to it.
Yes,
You know, she needs to take this as a serious note.
Final words, anyways.
Yes, okay. And you see, in her next marriage or relationship, you know, whenever be able to the mother-in-law, say, "Mamma, I can't be a good kind of mamma." I say, "Okay, mamma, say, onjaya, there be onjin feeling same." Because say, "Oh, to me, my mamma brewa." So on Tanasanajo, and she is human, she nyama. Now, oko da. What kind of daughter-in-law are you? I'm from Macau. Oh, maybe that man, but what my God, my dear Chima, what my aside judgment going to say, oh, Quajima. Come on, please. Look, if you want the man, like I said, on Shankalan Mawa, go and look for some penibia or fair. Don't go panacho, because they're away and one year. As simple as that. And also, if you're listening to me and you don't know Jesus Christ as a Lord and personal Savior, please do. Now, heaven and hell is real. Thank you.
Thank you, Kupali. Prophet Bonisan.
Yeah, so what I was saying is that you don't have the singular rights to decide that you want to change the name of the children. That is their identity. There is nothing you can do about that. There are mistakes we do that we can change, but this one, it has already happened. You can't change it, and so you live with it. Then also, don't use all that you've been through to become a yardstick to be angry with the children.
I'm not cutting you, but Frank, one of my friends, he used to work here. He was with the IT department. He says, Tima, you are dealing with a cheat and a gold digger, period. Meaning, who is the cheat and who is the gold digger?
The guy.
The guy is a cheat?
That's what.
Okay, I think so. Both the cheat and the gold diggers are going for the guy. I guess. Anyways, I don't know. So you continue.
Yeah, so basically that is it. I still believe that if the man really wanted to realize that, okay, I want to move on, he should have done the right thing. Yeah. Without doing the right thing, any other thing he's done, for me, it's a mistake, and he's not supposed to do so. The man also broke trust. When you lose trust, there is nothing that the other party can hold on to. So trust is also an issue here. Finally, I will say that the lady needs to heal. If not, her next marriage will not be successful. She will go into another relationship thinking like all men are the same. And so please, you need to heal. You need to talk to a counselor. I'm available to talk to you, to help you. My office is at East Legon. So if you need help and assistance, we are there to help you heal and move forward. My telephone number is 0244-361-446. 0244-361-446. You can contact me at East Legon. I'll be available to assist you. God bless you.
God bless you too, Prof.
Yes, I think that when you look at the whole scenario, the lady made wrong choices. You don't have to take the kids from the house to a place that is not known to the man, and you still expect the man to take care of the kids. I mean, Doesn't make sense. So what if something might have happened to the kids? Who will you run to? Will you run to the man or the same family? Number two, she has gone to many places to seek for help. Why didn't you use the same money to bring your father to the house of your mother-in-law to settle this matter? Because you are pinning everything to money, but you are using the same money to go to places, traveling here and there. Why didn't you? Yes. Why didn't you send the same money to your father to come and help you do all these things? Number three, when the man was about to get married, where were you staying? Where were you staying?
Nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found. So you've left your post, so another person is taking over. Now the man, if peradventure you chance upon this, I think that you don't have to allow the mistakes of the mother to affect the next generation. Because if you do that, you are an infidel. No matter how high you go, you can't prosper, because you can't bring kids to the word and just ignore them like that. Go look for your babies and train them the way they should go, so that they don't grow up to become a victim of whatever you're talking about. All right.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. Frank says, oh, he's